Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go! Hello and welcome to the Big 12 Report presented by Dr. Pepper. I'm Wendell Barnhouse, Big12Sports.com correspondent, alongside this week's co-host, Sean Dory.
Wendell, we've had a lot of historic moments over the 16-year history of the Big 12 Conference. Now, while most of those accomplishments occurred on the field, we have a historic moment occurring right here in the studio this week.
This is the 100th edition of the Big 12 Report. Now, Meet the Press has been on the air for 64 years and nearly 5,000 shows. It's the longest running television show in history. Now, the Big 12 Report is never going to catch up to Meet the Press, and if the Big 12 Report is around for another 60 years, I can guarantee that I won't be here for that anniversary. But we thought we'd use this segment to sort of review some of what's gone on over the last 2.5 years in our little corner of the World Wide Web. Now, when we started the Big 12 Report, it was just me blabbing for 10 to 15 minutes, and a lot of people got in touch with us and said it really helped them to go to sleep at night by watching the show. Now, we adjusted and we brought in our video whiz for that season, Sam Newman, as the co-host. The first year we featured trivia questions and athletes of the week. Now, in year 2, our video guy was Brian Mortensen, and he was my co-pilot for the entire season. Year 2 also featured a number of different locations where we taped the show. Now this year, with our video whiz William Draper kind of directing things behind the scene, my co-hosts have been Sean Dory and Cassandra Novi, and in my humble opinion, we've had our best season yet. Now over these 100 shows, Sam Newman, Brian Mortensen, and William Draper have all had one of the toughest jobs that there is. They've taken what gets taped here in the studio and put it together into a seamless Big 12 report. Now, why is it a tough job? You're looking at him. I make a lot of mistakes. For 100 Big 12 reports, these 3 guys have made me look like I know what I'm talking about. Now, here's what William has had to work with this year, and some of it is wound up on the cutting room floor. Some of it is locked away in a hard drive forever. My co-host this week, Cassandra Novi. We hope her hair is okay. Got it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to saddle up. Yeah! Yo, dude, hit us up on you. Come on.
Come on now for my man.
Now, you know, #1 overall now. I think that's rather obvious. Attica. Stand by for news. And that's the way it is.
Let's do it pretty good.
All right. Okay, it's hot inside this mask. In your head, but what comes out is what's... Wow. Good Lord. He's rolling down the avenue. Yeah.
Well, I don't really know how to follow up that blooper reel, so Wendell, I'll turn it over to you for your world-famous shout-outs.
Let's start out with Baylor. The baseball team won its 20th consecutive game Tuesday night. That ties a school record for the longest winning streak that was set back in 1985. It was also the 650th victory for Coach Steve Smith. Now, that's the most victories by a Baylor coach in any sport. Now, the Bears are 15-0 in Big 12 play after sweeping a 3-game series at Kansas State over the weekend. ESPN.com's baseball power ratings has Baylor ranked #1 this week. Now, Baylor and Texas A&M are both ranked in the top 10 in the national rankings, and that's going to add some spice to a huge series this weekend. The Bears will be in College Station Friday, then back in Waco to host the Aggies on Saturday and Sunday. Now, Texas A&M and Texas are tied for second in the Big 12 standings, each with 9-3 records. A shout-out #2 is going to involve some more baseball and some Big 12 softball. Baylor's Josh LUDY was named Louisville Slugger National Player of the Week. In 5 games last week, he hit .647, going 11 for 17 with 4 home runs and 12 RBI. He set a Baylor record for a Big 12 series with 11 RBIs in the Bears' 3-game sweep at Kansas State. Now in softball, the Big 12 has 3 teams ranked in the top 10 of the 2 national softball polls, Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Now Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and Baylor are also ranked. And Taylor Hoagland of Texas became the school's career home run leader with 37. And I'll saddle up for my final shout out. The National Equestrian Championships in Waco over the weekend were dominated by Big 12 schools. Texas A&M won the overall national title and also won the championship in the Western competition at the National Collegiate Equestrian Association National Championship. The Aggies have now won a total of 11 national championships in the sport. Baylor won the national title in hunter seat competition, the first for a Big 12 school in that discipline, and the first national title in the sport for Baylor. A&M defeated Oklahoma State in the Western final, and Baylor defeated A&M in the hunter seat. Now, it was the first time in the event's history that one school was a finalist in both events.
Pretty impressive feat from A&M and Baylor there. Since this is our 100th show, Wendell's going to close us out with a little birthday celebration as we light the candles and sign off for this week's Big 12 Report presented by Dr. Pepper. Remember, you can stay up with all things Big 12 at big12sports.com or catch up with us on our Facebook or Twitter pages. Wendell, you going to blow those out?
I don't have the breath to blow those out, so we'll just leave it here, and if they're here next week, we'll have a story.
For Wendell Barnhouse, I'm Sean Dory. Have a great week.